Joining us here on Nonstop Local are two very funny individuals, Nina G. and Michael Beers. They are two comedians headlining the Comedians with Disabilities Act, touring 3 different states, California, Oregon, and finishing up right here in Montana. All part of the Disability Pride Tour. Let's start with the history of the tour. How did this whole thing get started?
Well, everything got started over 10 years ago by Michael O'Connell. And he thought that there should be a group of disabled comics, and he joined up with some other local comics in the Sacramento Bay Area. And one of those was Steve Danner, who is also on this tour. And after they formed, I eventually joined too, because you can't see it, but you can kind of hear it now. But I'm a person who stutters, and I also have learning disabilities. So I joined, but a few years ago, about 6 years plus, Michael passed away. So we really wanted to embrace his legacy of giving disabled comics a voice.
What was it about comedy that kind of drew you to the stage? Because it's a hard thing to do, right? It's hard to get up in front of everybody every single night. Why did you guys pick comedy?
For me, 2 things really. I think there's the medicine that comes with laughter, especially if you are dealing with or do deal with any kind of oppression or pain. Laughter can be a really healing way to find your way, to find a way through that. And to even be a little more creative and brighter on the other side. To that end, you know, when we go up there and we give our perspective on disability, it's the perspective of our lives. So, you know, we're not giving anybody permission to laugh at us. I think that's an important distinction. But we are inviting people to laugh with us.
So you guys are amazing, because you guys are taking something that you're dealing with, whether that's a learned disability, you know, addiction, things like that, and you're turning it into material, into a positive. Talk about that process and how that works.
Every comic who's on the Comedians with Disabilities Act has a different disability, has a different disability experience, also has a different style of comedy, and the way that we come at it is all different. And I think for me, as a person who stutters, there's always these weird interactions that I have in the world, and I wasn't always able to have an outlet to put those, to like talk about them or to process them. And so for me, just kind of mining the weird things that happen in your life, because when you have a disability, there's a lot of absurdity that happens, and absurdity in comedy has been one of my favorite things that I've loved. So it works very well. Yeah. The jokes kind of write themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
I imagine there's so many people out there who are funny, but living with a disability of some sort. What advice do you have for those folks who may be a little bit reluctant to get on stage, tell their stories, but they are funny, but they just haven't got over that hurdle yet? What advice do you have for them?
I think, and we get this question a lot, whether it's people with disabilities or people come up after the show, and I'm very encouraging, because I think what the world needs now is more jokes. Dad jokes or otherwise. So my advice is always, if you feel like you are funny, and you want to try it, get out there and find an open mic. Find a community. I know in Missoula we do free improv classes, and open mics all around, and I know that's true of Butte and Bozeman as well. And because if you wait until you think you're ready to do stand-up, you're never going to do it. So part of stand-up that I enjoy is that you can write 3/4 of your joke before you put it out there, but until you get that audience response, you can't finish it. So get out there and do it and see how you feel about it. So for me, it was love at first laugh. Like I said, I felt even when it doesn't go that well, I feel like this is something I'm supposed to do. So if you have that voice in your head, yeah, get out there and do it. And if you can't find anybody else, will share our website. We're always happy to, get questions from people via email or otherwise, and we'd love to help you start that process.
And Montana is a great place to do comedy. Missoula has a great scene. Bozeman has a great scene. The Last Chance Comedy Club in Bozeman has open mics, and they're incredible open mics. They're way better than this San Francisco open mics, because there's lots. Yeah, I didn't. Hopefully, this doesn't show anywhere else. But that is they have a real audience. And so it's incredible to get that kind of feedback in a supportive environment that wants to hear comedy.
I love it. Well, yeah, like I said, you guys are going to be coming to the state of Montana at the end of the month. Where can people find out more, get some tickets, get you guys sold out? Because I know you will be sold out, but where do we find those tickets?
All of the ticket information and the links to get those tickets are at comedianswithdisabilitiesact.com, and also there are ways to find more information out about me and Michael Beers and Mean Dave and Steve Danner and some of the other comics who are on the show.
The Comedians with Disabilities Act tour coming to Montana at a comedy club near you. So Nina, Michael, thank you very much for taking the time today to speak with us here at Nonstop Local. We wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you here in specifically here in Missoula, because we're excited here, but all across Montana. So best of luck, and thank you again.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.